Yes.
We're in. Welcome to our first pre-recorded episode. Mustard Monday.
Mustard Monday. Coming to you on a Monday.
You'll see it on Monday. This is actually Saturday. We've got little pieces of thyme all over the place because we're just prepping our herbage. This recipe is a roasted cauliflower and cheddar soup.
Love it.
Tina Veer. Tina, thank you very much for your request. Asked us to make. Because it's us, we're going to put our own spin on things.
Wonderful.
So we had a nice hunk of Gouda, properly known as Gouda. That's right. Well,
really?
So Vincent van Gogh is properly pronounced as
Vincent van
Gogh. Please, my Dutch pronunciation, no. But it's along those lines.
Huh. I had no idea.
That's actually why he cut his ear off. Was because he knew that people would not be able to pronounce his name properly.
And he didn't want to hear it?
Right. Actually, the truth is, Willa, that is why he wrote his name Vincent on his paintings.
Interesting.
That's right. Because he knew that his last name would be hard for idiots like me to pronounce. But, so this is our Gouda cheese, our Gouda cheese. We've pre-roasted.
Here, let me.
No, well, let's go push the buttons. This is our roasted cauliflower soup.
Cauliflower soup.
So we just, actually, the way we do this is I part cook it in some water, steam it in some water until it's just cooked. Then we put it into the oven and use the broiler in the oven to give it some nice golden brown color.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It smelled delicious when he was roasting it as well. That lovely earthy cauliflower smell.
In fact, our friend Judy Michaud came
right.
over while we were doing it. And she's like, "What's that? What's that?"
Yeah, she guessed it.
And she did guess it too.
It was great. So we're making roasted cauliflower, Gouda, and mustard soup.
Yeah, so it's Mustard Monday. So mustard actually marries beautifully with that cauliflower earthy flavor, and then the added layer of the Gouda cheese, and thyme herb that goes wonderfully with it. And of course, we have some roasted garlic here as well.
Beautiful.
I've diced up an onion for you.
Yeah.
And you've seen me do that a few times. I don't need to show you that again. This is our leftover veg surprise.
Yes, we have some vegetables left over. Those, in my family, they're called muscos.
Because they
must go.
That's right. So we actually salvaged these out of the Bradshaw fridge. We knew that there was some slightly overcooked broccoli in the fridge. But to our surprise, there's also some roasted beets. Now, you'll recognize that if we use these beets, it will radically alter the color of this soup.
It's true.
From a beautiful pale yellow, you can see all the lovely yellows here.
Yeah.
If we add the broccoli, it'll make it green.
We'll make it flecks of green. I mean, like a broccoli cauliflower soup is a very common.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're not selling this to anybody either, so we want to make it that way we can. And this is the idea that we're trying to get across to you. And this really is consistent with my whole philosophy of food, which is that I don't like to use recipes, but I like to introduce the elements of flavor. And the principles of that too. And the principle is, if you have something in your fridge that must go, finding a way to use it, well, look at you with the little logo. I haven't seen that before.
Oh, that's a different. Yes.
Did you do that?
That might have been a mistake, but run with that one.
Go. Well, you're also in uniform today.
I am in uniform today.
It's a bit of a chili, kicking her old show. This is one of our original designs. This was actually the original staff T-shirt in the deli, and Mike Takasaki and Glenda Souza. Thank you very much. They made those. We've got our pan preheating.
Pretty warm. Yeah.
So we're gonna go start cooking now.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch cameras to the pan cam.
Pan cam. Ooh.
There's our pan cam right there.
We fancy. All right. So we're gonna use a little bit of butter. Oh, the other thing I didn't pull out of the fridge was the bacon.
Ooh, I don't even have bacon on this list of things that we're gonna add, but we're gonna add it now.
Surprise! A little surprise bacon action for you.
Who doesn't love surprise bacon? So we pre-cook our bacons as well. I'm gonna take off the.
Which is an old restaurant trick. You know, you par cook it so that you can finish it in the frying pan. Otherwise, it'll take 15 or 20 minutes to cook from raw.
And then we have bacon in the morning, and we don't have to sit there and wait for the bacon to cook.
No, we don't. We don't have to wait.
I wait in bed.
Zane typically makes breakfast. Breakfast is probably my favorite meal of the day, and I really enjoy giving Willa her coffee in bed and then breakfast wherever she wants to have it.
It is the best. I really, really love.
I love you, baby.
Oh, well, it's such a lovely treat.
So we're gonna go straight into the pan with the bacon.
Okay. Sorry, turn on the pan can again.
Pan can.
There it is.
Straight in.
No, I muted the audio because I thought I didn't want bad things to happen. I think we're okay.
Better things happening then?
Yes, good things are happening now. Sorry about the audio, guys. It should now be working perfectly.
Good. I'm going to add a little bit of extra bacon fat to the frying bacon. And let's go right into the pan with the onion. This is one whole medium-sized onion. And you want this to be softened, but still golden brown. I forgot to write onion. There we go. Onion! Onions in the house! I'm going to add a bacon down as well. Beautiful. You know, people keep asking us for the recipes, and I'm kind of resistant to that. I think people should just watch the videos, write down the recipes themselves. Again, I don't want people to think that this is the way you do it. I want them to really put their own taste, sensibility, and whatever's in their fridge. If you don't have bacon fat, use butter. If you don't have butter, use olive oil. You know, there's every possibility to use what you have in your life. You don't have to do it exactly the way you do it. And you can see the it is smelling so lovely. It is fantastic. And I hope everyone can hear the sizzle going on. It sounds the full, I think that 5G they'll be able to have smell-o-vision. But for that time, I'll have to describe it to people. So the onions will go from being white and raw to clear and translucent. We don't want it to cook beyond that point. We don't really want these onions to be golden brown at all. So keeping it moving in the pan will help maintain the right color that you want. And I do also have my hand blender, which we always call the magic wand. That's right, at the ready here at Capshaw Studios. So at the very end, we'll be able to puree this baby all up. Actually, Willow, why don't you give the cauliflower a little chop? It's kind of on the chunky side, and it'll whiz up better at the end if we. Now, at this stage, the onions are almost at the stage that we want them. I'm going to add the garlic. The garlic is very finely chopped, and as such, it'll cook very quickly. So you want everything to sort of come together at or around the same time. You're about to get a big nose full of garlic that I love.
Woo!
I know my customers.
I love it.
Yep.
The seats for me and you, and not my dad.
That's right.
Okay, I've kind of done a rough chop. What do you?
That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. So I would go right into the pan with our. Want me to bring it over, or
no? I'm just moving it all into a bowl so we can. dump and stir.
Great.
Here we go. There you go.
Use my bigger spatulizer. Perfect. And you can see that I got a phone call while the cauliflower was underneath the broiler. So you see there are little bits of it that are maybe a little bit beyond golden brown. I actually trimmed it up a little bit. It's going to mean you're going to have some black flecks in the soup. It's not going to taste bad at all. But if I was in the restaurant, I certainly would trim those out so that you have a really nice consistent color. But like I said, this is your soup and this is your home and you want to make it the way you want it to be. And just like with this broccoli that we're going to add, if you have something in your fridge that you think is going to make a nice element to this soup, add it. Some of this is already sort of stained red. I think we should just put it in any.
Sure.
Give that a little chop.
I'm going to chop this up.
I mean, we're already dealing with an interesting color on the soup to begin with. So.
Well, yeah, they haven't even seen our stock yet.
That's true. So Willa and I teach an after-school cooking program here at the Tofino Public School. Thanks, baby.
Yeah.
And we're showing the kids how you use leeks. And so we had a lot of leftover leek greens. And I think we probably substituted a little bit too much of the leek greens in with the stock that we made. So our stock is a really funny greenish color, which will actually sort of hide or at least highlight, I don't know which one you want to call it, the broccoli that we just added. And then we'll decide if we want to add the beets to it as well. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh black pepper because I pretty much like fresh black pepper in everything.
And if you wanted to, like my assumption would be that if you wanted this to be like a fairly white soup, you would add the white.
Yes, that's a good call. So white pepper is great for mashed potatoes and cauliflower dishes and things that you don't want to see the pepper, that it would look like little sort of flecks of schmutz or dirt. So you're exactly right, Will. And in this case, you can see that we're going for a more of a rustic-y kind of flavor texture. And at this stage, I think we can add the stock in.
Okay, so this is our stock. It's very green, as you can see. But we've already got green in there, so I kind of feel like it'll
work out nicely. And then we'll melt the cheese in, and we're gonna actually add a little bit of milk as well, but the creaminess.
So what other kind of stock would you say that would be best to use? Like, is it, I guess with the bacon, you're already thinking that it's a meat soup.
Yeah, I think vegetable stocks obviously go with everything. I think chicken stock has a similar flexibility. And those are typically standard too. You and I will also use crab shells and shrimp shells and lobster shells and make a seafood stock. And that, I think that would stand up really nicely with this flavor profile as well. I wonder if we should add, let's wait and add the salt afterwards, actually.
Yeah.
Because
you never know. Like, I think our stock hasn't been seasoned, but I can't remember.
Well, I never do add salt to it. So
okay. So when you're making stock, you don't add salt.
No. I do put whole black peppercorns in, but I don't add salt. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to whiz the soup first, because if I try and use this device after I've got the cheese in there, it's going to get all gunked up with the cheese. So I'm going to get a nice smooth texture on the vegetables.
No? Oh, maybe.
There we go. Plug it in, complain. And this is the point where I'm regretting not using the deeper stock pot. Just keep going.
Just kind of assume that we didn't have a lot of cauliflower, so we wouldn't.
That's right. Thanks for backing me up there, baby.
I'm with you 100%.
She really is too. That's what I love about her.
All right, together.
We are in it to win it.
Oh, it looks great. And actually, the stock color hasn't really affected it.
No, it hasn't, has it?
I think we were right not to put the beets in.
We were right not to use.
Put the beets in.
Yeah, they would look really fun. I mean, I would say that maybe we should have held back some bacon, just to have extra, to use a little bit at the end, because you're going to get tons of bacon flavor now that it's been whizzed up.
Yeah.
But you're not going to see it. And I think that texture is nice.
For sure.
The other thing I'll point out is the texture of this is quite thick. So maybe some more stock would be good, or always feel free to add some water, which I think is what Will is going to do now.
Yeah, I'm going to grab some water because I know that we haven't defrosted more stock. So just say when.
Yep. I think that's good.
Okay.
And really, it's again, it's your taste. It's your how thick do you want it to be, and this is pretty gnarly looking roasted cauliflower soup. We haven't put the mustard in yet either.
We have not put the mustard in. Now, why do we leave the mustard to the end?
It actually doesn't matter. So it's not going to cook one way or the other.
I just assumed there was
I just take that top off.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's not going to split. It's not going to overheat. Mustard is going to.
Maybe not.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we want to do it. That's the one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's just a teaspoon. Do you want more than that?
Well, let's start with a teaspoon. You can always add more, but you can't take it out. And let's retaste it once we've put the Gouda, our Gouda cheese. This is a nice time to actually give a shout out to Davina Cowan, who's ordered from our mustard store today our very first Dutch order.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Gouda is a wonderful Dutch cheese. I visited the Netherlands when I was 6 years old, and again when I was 19 years old, and I love their cafe culture, their chocolate culture, their cheese culture. They're just the most, it's wonderful. It truly is. And also, of course, their cannabis culture. What? So I think we're.
Are we ready for the cheese?
I think we're about ready for
the cheese. Is ready for you.
The cheese stands alone.
That was always the best part of that song. Cheese stands alone. Farmer in the Dell, I should say, not the cheese stands alone. All of it.
All of it. Okay. We've got lots more if we wanted to add more to it, and I think this. Nice. Great. We sort of edit when we whizzed up the cauliflower. We ended up with more sort of vegetable pulp than I had expected. So if we can't taste the cheese in it, then
Gouda.
Okay.
How do you pronounce it?
Gouda. I mean, I really should not correct anybody's pronunciation because I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong.
But it has a very mild flavor.
It does.
Compared to sharp cheddar, which is normally what you would throw in a cauliflower soup, right?
Well, that's what this one actually called for, was the cauliflower soup, and cheddar soup. And we decided that we had the Gouda in the fridge, and so that's what we're going to use. We're going to give it a little taste and see where we are.
Yeah, I do. Okay. Oh, that's really nice. The roasting of the cauliflower has given it this brought out the earthiness of it. The mustard is subtle, but it's coming through I think that celery seed that's in the mild is kind of the perfect marrying of those. It's a really lovely, gentle soup. I'm getting a little bit of the garlic now. Yeah, that's really lovely.
Great. Let's add a little bit of the milk.
Yeah.
I want to see this a little bit creamier.
Okay. And you're going to tell me when?
Then what? Kidding.
what I have to put up with.
I know. Poor you.
That's
why you get coffee in bed every day. You have to put up with the rest of it. I know. You see?
I mean, that's like the most nothing of nothing.
Oh, baby.
That's what you can.
We're not even showing these people what the real. It all seems like
the real is just more ass grabbing.
That's funny. Mustard Monday and trash talk.
It's like this one's not live, so
we can edit that in.
It looks wonderful.
It does look pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah. You haven't tried it?
I did have a little
bit. Okay.
taste, but not since the.
Since the cream went in.
Yeah.
So like another tasting spoon.
Yeah. So because there's cream in it, because there's cheese in it, you're not going to want to bring it to a boil. I like it. I think you need salt.
Okay, that's what Zane always says.
Yeah, I have a
grab the salt.
high salt tolerance. Years in the deli will do that to you. And I also tend to like to use Worcestershire sauce because it's got a really nice umami kind of flavor, and that anchovy tamarind combo wombo really comes through.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it. And pepper okay, or what do you think?
I think it's. You know what? It's. I'm gonna taste it again.
It's always a good sign when she goes for a second taste.
That's really lovely. That is like I think it's perfect the way it is.
Oh wow!
I do. I think you're right. Reserving a little bacon off to the side and topping it with bacon at the end is probably what you'd like to do. But I could sit down and eat a whole bowl of that. It's like perfect comfort food. We're gonna turn down the.
Yeah, I think that's great. Wow. Tina Veer, thank you so much for the request and the inspiration to make a cauliflower cheese soup. We did, instead of going, cauliflower cheese and mustard soup, which is what she asked for. The cheddar we've replaced with Gouda, and in honor of our great friend Davina, who has ordered from our mustard store online, and thank you so much. And Davina also gave a really generous donation to my Facebook Chef Cycle.
That's right.
Birthday
and
fundraiser.
When this airs, there will only be 2 more days until your birthday.
So you can still get in on the 30% off discount by giving a Facebook donation to No Kid Hungry. You know, don't think it's lost on me that Will and I have access to all of the wonderful food here in Tofino. There's a lot of other people, especially kids, who are struggling right now to find their next meal. No Kid Hungry helps. No Kid Hungry gets the root cause of childhood hunger, and they do fantastic work for millions of people. I had Billy Shore on my radio show the other day, and Billy was saying that they have raised and spent over $1 billion on this project since they started, and they have and are moving the needle in the right direction for ending childhood hunger. With the pandemic, they need it now more than ever because schools are not operating the way that they usually do, and I really appreciate it if you would help me support No Kid Hungry and feed a bunch of really amazing kids. This is the
end of the line.
I think this is it. So this is our sort of rusticy looking cauliflower plus broccoli, onion, garlic, Gouda, mild mustard Kaplansky soup.
Yeah.
We want to thank you very much for joining us today. We're going to. Oh, that looks good, Ken.
Doesn't it? It's beautiful.
Yeah, I like that.
Pull us back up.
Okay.
Knock at the door.
Let me go
Guess
see
what that
is.
means?
That's the end of the line?
End of the line.
Hello.
Sorry.
Hello.